Want to create something extraordinary? Create perfection. Our lifestyle appliances make it easy. KitchenAid, Ventura TV appliance, and you. Only the best will do.
Tune in to Heartland for the best in true country music. Relive vintage specials, one-of-a-kind concerts, and country music's earliest videos. Heartland is the heart of country. The only place where you can find country music, country stars, and country lifestyles 24/7. Heartland, the heart of country.
Now on channel 13.2.
Hi, I'm John Malos. Welcome to this live edition of Connect with Me on the showroom floor at Ventura TV on this day. It's a Friday morning. The week is already gone and the weekend is already here. All right, today we're going to talk to another California state agency. You'll be surprised as to who is in the studio. We've got two guests, 436 Me TV option 11. Back in just a moment. And welcome back. It is Friday morning here on the showroom floor at Ventura TV. I'm so glad you're here, and I do want to get a little bit of a cheap promotion in here. That's what we do. We promote our shows, right? Anyway, coming up on Monday, we've got Charles C. Johnson here. He is an internet journalist. Remember, he's got that website called gotnews.com. We'll talk about some of the events the past week, the elections in Israel, Iran possibly, getting that nuclear bomb in 10 years after that agreement with the U.S. They're in negotiations right now. We'll talk about many more things with Charles. He is always a very interesting guest. In the meantime, a reminder, my friends, hey, you're watching us on Comcast, channel 187 and 43.6. and 13.1, that's live right now. And then you can catch the replay later in the day. Unfortunately, at that time, you won't be able to call in because you'll be watching this show on tape. It comes up at 2 o'clock on 13.6 YouTube and 8 o'clock tonight, 4.6 Biz TV. A good way to catch the replay, though. And then a good way to catch us on Twitter. It's at John Malos. Me TV. Hey, I'm very excited. Looked forward to this program for quite I think quite a few weeks. We booked this show, and I really was looking forward to this day for a long period of time. A couple of California agencies gracing our set here on Connect with Me the last couple of days. Yesterday it was CAL FIRE, California Department of Forestry, and today it is the Department of Corrections. They want you. Actually, they are looking for you, my friends. I'll talk about that in a second. Let's roll the videotape. Now, see, you can take what I said a couple of different ways, not in the way that you're thinking, though. They want you to join. They want your services. Corrections is looking to hire, listen to this now, write this down, 7,000 recruits over the next couple of years, and they are hoping that you might be available. Yes, there are many prisons here in the state of California, 34 to be exact, along with 3 youth facilities, 42 camps. So there is a lot of ground that they have to cover in trying to fill some of those spots. And you may be asking a lot of questions right now. What age group do you have to be to get on board? How old? What's the minimum requirement? If I have military experience, is that going to help me? How do I apply? What's the website? What's the phone number? So on and so on. So many questions. And what about job requirements? Is there any training involved? What about schooling? Oh my goodness, so many questions. We're going to try to answer each and every one of those questions here on the program today. As you know, there are thousands of inmates housed in our state prisons these days, and those who work in the corrections department do come in contact with these prisoners, so it can be demanding, it can be stressful, it can be and is dangerous. What about salaries? What about benefits? What about retirement? You're working for the state. Can women apply for these jobs? Obviously. We'll try to answer all those questions today as you call into the program. Live in our studio right now, I'm very pleased to welcome in Candi Allen and Lieutenant Ray Baez from the California Department of Corrections. Candi came in from Sacramento this morning. Lieutenant Baez came in from Rancho Cucamonga. A long drive for both. We welcome both of them here in the studio today. 436 Me TV option 11. If you're looking to get hired and you want that state job and you think you're qualified, hey, the California Department of Corrections is hiring 7,000 people the next couple of years. You've got to apply if you've been unemployed. 436 Me TV option 11. Can't wait to hear from you. Back in a moment.
Attention all units. We have reports of 2 motorcycle cops protecting California's highways.
That's for us, good buddy.
The Men of Chips are on Me TV.
Hi, I'm John Baker. I'm John Baker. He's Officer Baker.
He's the blonde one.
Hi there!
Officer Poncherello, man.
Frank Poncherello.
Oh, I'm Frank Poncherello.
And he's the one who's Eric Estrada.
There's no way I wouldn't remember a name like that.
Catch the blonde one and the one who's Eric Estrada on
Now
Chips.
on Me TV Fresno, Xfinity 187.
You can watch Dr. TV on over-the-air channel 13.9.
Back here on the program, in the last couple of days has really been entertaining here. Yesterday we had CAL FIRE on, a very interesting organization. The fire season, of course, you might as well say it's already underway. You've got to be careful, you know, lack of rain, lack of water, dry conditions, windy conditions, the Santa Ana winds in Southern California. And today we've got the California Department of Corrections, both agencies hiring, my friends. So I'm very pleased to welcome in both Candi Allen from Sacramento and Lieutenant Ray Baez from Rancho Cucamonga. I love saying that name. How's the weather over there, by the way?
It's excellent, about 80 degrees.
Good. How are you, Candi?
I'm great. Thank you for having us, John.
Hey, thank you for making the trip. It's a long drive for both of you, and I really appreciate your time, and it's a pleasure to have you here. And, you know, I posed that dumb question in the monologue, are they hiring women? Duh. Here you are. Talk a little bit about that. How many women are actually applying these days?
We're actually seeing an increase in women applying to our agency, and I believe that's part in due to our recruitment efforts, trying to go to women events and reach out and let you know, hey, we need a diverse group, diverse background of people. So we're not looking for one particular person to fill these positions, and so I think that's why we're seeing the increase.
I guess the reason I bring it up is because I want to throw out the notion that somehow that many people might have out there that, gee, you know, I'm a woman, I'm not very big in size, I don't know if I can handle the position. Not true, right? Tell
Correct.
us what positions that women can handle just as well as men that they might be applying for.
You know, I think our training in the academy prepares women as well as men for the job that they're going to be performing. So as a correctional officer, I think one of the main duties that we perform is communicating with people. Mm-hmm. So that's very important, and you know, relying on those training aspects when we do have to deal with high-pressured situations or emergencies. But definitely on a daily basis, we work as a team. You don't have to go in there and be a superhero. We work together. So I think that you know, it's helpful. Some of the inmates may respond better to a female officer or vice versa. So we definitely work as a team. And
you know, it was kind of a feeling. I knew I was going to like Lieutenant Baez even before I talked to him. Just a gut feeling. And now that I find out he's a Yankee fan, I like him even better. Born and bred in Brooklyn, New York. And
Actually born in Puerto Rico, raised in Brooklyn.
Raised in Brooklyn. All right, but you're a Yankee fan.
That's correct.
So
Is
now
there another team?
No, I don't think so. 27 or 28 world championships. Can't beat that. Anyway, talk about the 7,000 recruitment. How did that get started? Give it to us in detail, and you can jump in here too. No problem.
Well, in California, during the mid-'80s, early '90s, we doubled our prisons. We went from 14 to 28 prisons, and so all of those people that were hired, during that time have now reached retirement age. So the 7,000 comes from losing about 1,800 a year to retirement.
1,800 people you're losing a year through retirement?
That's correct.
Wow. Is that because of the fact that many of these people, obviously they've been on a job for a long time, but not necessarily so, because you could be on the force for what, 10 years and retire, 15? Are these people that are retiring, this large number of people, have they been with the Department of Corrections for a number of years?
Generally so. Our retirement formula used to be 3.0 at 50. So you could retire at 50 years old.
Really?
Yeah. Now it's 2.5 at 57. So we're trying to hold on to them a little bit longer till they're 57. Still a young age, still a great retirement package.
Oh, yeah.
But so at 50, the people that were hired in the mid-'80s, early '90s are approaching. I'm myself approaching 50 years old. So, and I'm still under the old retirement package. So, they're taking that great retirement and leaving. And now, but that's opening up positions and opportunity for the younger generation.
So this recruitment started, what, a couple of years ago then, huh, Candi?
Yeah, we started about 1.5 years ago.
Yeah.
Recruiting. Yeah,
it's amazing. So who came up with the idea that we got to fill these slots? Where's all this money? I thought the state was hurting. They're looking to hire, though.
They are looking to hire. We do need to fill those positions. Those are mandated. Those positions have to be filled for public safety and safety of the institution. So, yeah.
Yeah. Tell us how the recruitment is going. Have you had a hard time filling some of those slots? Hard time it can be a difficult process. You can have 100,000 applicants, but finding the right person for the right job is the most difficult process.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
I agree that it's not a fit for everyone, but because we have such a great training program, and most of the general population are going to meet our minimum requirements. They have to be 20 or older to apply, have a high school diploma or GED, be a U.S. citizen, no felony convictions, and basically a good history of law-abiding behavior. And we train everyone, so you don't have to have experience in law enforcement or be educated in this field. So with that, we haven't had any issues with recruitment so far. We've been recruiting mainly in California, and we receive on average 1,000 applications a week.
1,000 a week. So, but is it difficult, Ray, to find that right person?
Well, we have several different selection components. They have to take a written test. They have to take a physical fitness test. They go through an extensive background investigation. Then they do the psychological written, psychological oral, and then the pre-employment medical. So throughout all of those components, we lose people, yes. There's certain percentages that we lose throughout the process, hopefully getting that qualified applicant at the end to go into our academy. We do fill our academies, 220 every month. We have a new academy starting, so we're filling them up, and it's exciting.
Yeah, I noticed that you said that we got to take a break here. I'm sorry. We'll come back with more of the program here. We're talking with Candi Allen, Lieutenant Ray Baez, California Department of Corrections. Hey, if you're in the market, they're hiring 7,000 people. We'll talk about the age requirements. We'll see if maybe if you've been working for a while and you're in your 30s or 40s, can you still apply? Or how young can you be and apply for the job at the California Department of Corrections? 436-ME-TV, option 11. Hey, we've got a phone call right now. Let's take that call quickly before we go to break. And caller, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yeah, I'd like to ask your both guests, Candi and the gentleman next door, officer, you two look professional. I don't see with everybody, but you guys look like, and Candi, you guys look like, the profession that you're hiring and all that. That's a plus, because sometimes I look at some of the officers and I go, man, if they're in that type of a field, they don't look too sharp for me. Candi, well, I hate to tell you, but you're a good-looking lady, and my man next to you, he's a good-looking man for being there. And the thing is, what I wonder is this: don't you think that most of your applicants could be military people because they've gone through the stress and whatnot, and but a lot of them can't deal with it too because of the stress. I would think that most of the military men and women would be a better fit in your application. So that's all I wanted to call for and let you both know that you guys do a great job anyway. I know because I've been around Avenal and all that, so I know how things are over there. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great call. All right, you guys want to respond to that? Go ahead.
Well, I appreciate your kind remarks. I think we all are a very professional group that work inside the institutions, and I'll let Lieutenant Baez answer as far as what we're looking for from our military.
Well, you're absolutely right. They are a great fit. I'm prior military. I did 8 years in the Army, and I raised a Marine. My son is a United States Marine Corps. But it's an easy transition, John, when you come out of public service, because that's what you are when you're in the service, and you're coming right into a public service profession. So it's an easy transition. We identify with the core values of our armed forces. We have a similar rank structure, similar chain of command. So yes, the caller is absolutely right. It is a very smooth transition. Not to mention the training that they receive does help them when they go through our academy.
Right. We're going to talk more about that when we come back. By the way, you guys look like a married couple. You look great together. I know you're married, and I don't know if you are, but okay, you're both married. Anyway, I'm glad you're both here. Candi Allen, Lieutenant Ray Baez, California Department of Corrections, 436 MeTV option 11. They're hiring 7,000 strong, my friends. So get out your pencil, piece of paper. We'll come back and we'll tell you how to get a hold of these two or how to apply for the job. Back in just a moment.
Frigidaire. It means the first refrigerator. It means a history of innovations that help make your home life better. And now we introduce the new Frigidaire French door refrigerator with over 100 ways to organize for maximum flexibility. Built with adjustable flip-up and slide-under shelving and stackable crisper drawers. It's the refrigerator that flexes to fit it all, no matter what your day will bring. Frigidaire, over 90 years of legendary innovation.
See the full line of Frigidaire appliances at Ventura TV Electronics and Appliances.
Hey, back here on the program on Connect with Me, California Department of Corrections, and let me ask you both, okay, the military style training that you guys put your I guess recruits through, are you working with the military now with, say, retired veterans that are too young to actually retire? Maybe those that have come back from Iraq or Afghanistan. Are those types of people applying?
Yes, absolutely. Us in Southern California and throughout the state, we visit a lot of military installations. We're there on a weekly basis recruiting. And so yes, when they are retired from the military, they actually are really in a good position because they're going to enjoy their retirement from the military, and then they come with us at a young age, especially if they went into the military at 18, 19. They're retiring at 38, 39, early 40s. They're in their prime. We want them, and so they get to enjoy the salaries that we pay to supplement what they're making from the military, and then they get to bring all that experience with them.
So, Candi, it sounds like you're seeking out veterans then.
We definitely are focusing a recruitment towards military, active military and veterans. So like you said, we go to military installations, we go to military specific events, seeking out those individuals.
Yeah, because there's so many military veterans that have come back from recent wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, and they can't find jobs, they can't find employment for some reason, and many of them have psychological issues. How do you deal with that? If a veteran wants to be hired and they do have psychological issues, you were in the Army, you know that this can happen. If they're dealing with those issues, can you help them deal with the issues and still hire them?
Well, bottom line is they have to be able to do the essential functions of a correctional officer, and that's what our selection components go through. So you
go through a psychological test to get hired?
Absolutely, yeah. There's a written test and an oral interview with a psychologist. So yeah, if they can make it through all of that, then they're hired and they go to our academy.
Yeah, because there's so many problems with some of the veterans that come back, and I don't know why that, I don't have the answers as to why some people don't reach out to them to try to employ them, but this seems like a great fit because of the stress involved in the jobs, right?
Yeah.
With the California Department of Corrections. Talk about the stress involved, if you could, both of you.
Sure. So I think with any law enforcement position, there is those times where you are going to be under high pressure. It can be stressful. Definitely we have great resources, and the state actually has an employee wellness program we can reach out to at any time that we need to speak to someone. Maybe we need counseling, maybe we have family issues, whatever it may be, and the state will help us out with that. I want to just quickly address what you were saying about the military.
Okay.
And I think that there is such a stigma around post-traumatic stress disorder, and I believe studies have been done that say it's 1% or less with individuals who have post-traumatic stress disorder actually come from the military background. So it can be someone who's had a car accident or had any issues in their life.
Yeah.
I think that there's just that stigma that we need to get over. And if someone does have those issues, they're not necessarily permanent. So it might not be a great fit at the time if they are going through that, but it could be possibly something they can work through, get help, and eventually come back to apply with us. So if they're not suited at that time, it's not the final answer with an issue like that.
Okay. Caller, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yeah, good morning, John. To Ray and Candi. Number of questions. First question, is that all of only California? I'm assuming that they're being hired. That's the first question.
Yes.
Second question, is there basic training like the Army that you go through? And I hope it is. Second question, and then maybe the last one is, and this, I'm going to play devil's advocate on this one. The stress level for correction officers, is it in different positions that you do have stress level? And sounds like there's a little high turnover on this position, on some of the positions. That's why a lot of them are available. But I like to be wrong. And those are, and there are more prisons being built. That's why they're having so many openings. And thank you for hopefully the answer I get.
Okay. How about question one? Only in California, right?
Yes.
Okay, because it's California Department of Corrections. All right. Do the applicants go through the same type of basic training that you would, say, in the Army?
Our academy is paramilitary, so they will do, it's about 60% physical, 40% academic. So we do PT every day, physical training every day for the most part. We do fire our departmental weapons. We learn how to use our less lethal uses of force, and then also physical strengths and holds, weaponless defense, weapons retention, that type of stuff is the physical side. Then we have to obviously learn our policies and procedures. We do report writing. That would be on the academic side. So to answer the question, it is similar to basic training, not as strenuous, but we like to think it's paramilitary.
Yeah, okay. The third question, and I'll link that to kind of a 3B there. High stress, is it because of high turnover? I guess the caller wanted to know. Is there a high turnover? You mentioned the 1,800 retiring. Do you consider that a high turnover? I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, mainly it's the retirement. That's the reason why we're hiring so many. We're losing a lot of really good people. Rightfully so. They've had a great career and now go enjoy your retirement.
Right. And are more prisons being built in California? That I don't know either. Is there? I know we have. I think I said 34 in the monologue, right? Do we have any more on the way, or?
They're making modifications and adding some healthcare facilities, but no big prisons are being built.
All righty. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, I'd like to actually ask a question concerning this Charles Manson deal. Is he ever going to get this penitentiary? Hello, John?
Yeah, I'm here.
I have a question for Ray Myers. Is Charles Manson ever going to get released from penitentiary? On parole?
All right, we appreciate the question. I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know.
I didn't understand the question.
Is Charles Manson ever going to get released? I guess.
Oh,
I think that was the question. I don't know.
I have no idea. That's
up
the
to the parole board,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
All right. Okay, we got to go to break here. We're talking with Lieutenant Ray Baez. July, I think that sounded like a bird in the background, didn't it? Anyway, thanks for the call. Thanks for the question. Sorry we can't have. We have no idea. It's up to the parole board. Anyway, Candi Allen is here. Lieutenant Ray Baez is here. California Department of Corrections, they're hiring 7,000 strong, my friend. We'll get into all the details. We have a lot of time left for you to call in. 436-ME-TV, option 11. Back in a moment.
It's almost time. Now we'll find out once and for all about Clark Kent and Superman.
Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a TV show.
Yes, but who is he? What's his name?
He's Superman.
Golly, Clark, won't that be wonderful seeing Superman?
Fighting a never-ending battle for truth, justice, and television the Me TV way.
No one can do the things that Superman does.
The adventures of Superman.
Now on Me TV Fresno, Xfinity 187.
We get our speed from Mom and Dad. They do stuff super fast. And now they got this new kitchen, so they're even faster. So they can help us with our free throws.
The time-saving Frigidaire Gallery line with a quick preheat and smudge-proof stainless steel that resists fingerprints and cleans easily. It's mealtime in no time, from start to clean. Frigidaire Gallery.
Save more during Frigidaire Gallery bonus days when you buy 3 or more qualifying appliances. See the full line of Frigidaire appliances at Ventura TV Electronics and Appliances.
We're back here with the California Department of Corrections. Hey, I do want to put some full screens up because we talk about a question earlier, and that is, are they building more prisons? I want to put up a full screen. This is a part. I think this is a partial list. We have 34 prisons in the state of California, and go ahead and talk about this. Pick this up, Candi. Go ahead, Lieutenant Baez. Where are some of these prisons located? I know where Corcoran is. I know Sacramento. I know some of them. Folsom, obviously, we know. Like Mule Creek. Where is Mule Creek? I'm not familiar with that prison.
That is in Ione, in Northern California, kind of up in the foothills.
Okay.
Our prison span from in the Northern California is at the top by the Oregon border in Crescent City. And then, we have 2 prisons that are close to Reno, about an hour out of Reno in Susanville. We go all the way down the southern region. Do you want to speak?
Yeah, all the way down to the Mexican border. Our Richard J. Donovan Correctional Facility is right on the border there. We go to the Arizona border. We have 2 prisons, actually 4, closer to the Arizona border. Calipatria State Prison, Centinela State Prison, Ironwood State Prison, Chuckawalla Valley State Prison, and then to the beach, where I came from, California Men's Colony State Prison is in San Luis Obispo, and then all up and down the coast, Soledad, Salinas Valley State Prison, San Quentin in Marin County.
What's the one prison that has all the hardcore prisoners? That, like, the most dangerous of the dangerous of the dangerous, like the 10 most wanted, not the 10, but 10 most dangerous. What prison would that be? San Quentin?
Well, that's where condemned row is located.
Death row.
Death row.
Okay.
But we also have 4 institutions that are designated as security housing units. So Pelican Bay State Prison, Corcoran State Prison, Tehachapi State Prison, and then California State Prison, Sacramento has a security housing unit as well.
Yeah. Now, growing up, I remember my father, I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but my father played for a baseball league. It was almost like a minor league traveling team around the state of California, where they would play against the inmates, like in Folsom Prison, in San Quentin, and all the rest around the state of California. I know that doesn't happen anymore, but he used to play in Folsom used to be one of the most, housed some of the most dangerous criminals. It doesn't house those type of criminals anymore, does it?
Some of the older prisons have downgraded to a level 2, so more of a minimum security. Confinement. So the newer prisons hire the higher level custody inmates.
Right. So Folsom now is what? Relegated to what? So low level?
Low level, yeah.
Low level.
2.
Okay. And we're looking inside at one of the prisons now. Talk about some of the stresses, some of the dangers. I mean, how do you handle some of these inmates that are just have been violent in nature? That's why they're incarcerated. That's why they're there. Talk about the dangers and the stress level, if you can.
I think the element of danger is always there, and it's one thing that they teach you during the academy is to always be on your toes. Your head's like on a swivel. You're constantly looking. Your guard is always up. To me, it doesn't matter what level of inmate I'm dealing with or what program I'm working. There's always a potential for something to happen. Rather, it's a violence against inmate to inmate, or escape risks. We always have to watch out for those things. So definitely our training, helps us prepare for that, continues, you sharpen those skills. One of the things I always remember working in the chow halls is, when there's a nice chatter and everything's going good, you're kind of at ease when it gets really quiet. That kind of alerts you that something might happen. And so that you kind of pick up on those cues as you go.
You mean because the atmosphere is too calm?
They get very quiet sometimes. Yes. And so, but you in a prison, it's like a small city. And as a correctional officer, you're kind of the police of that. And we have a lot of staff in there. And if there's an emergency, if there's a fight or there's a medical emergency, you press your alarm, you have a lot of response coming your way. So you don't have to just jump into a situation and take it on. Like I said, we're not superheroes. We're going to work as a team. We have a lot of backup. We have procedures in place. We're going to follow those emergency procedures.
Right. I think that the wrong attitude would be to take a Rambo type attitude, right? Because you do have a lot of help, right, Lieutenant Baez?
Absolutely. No, that's not the right. Everything we do now in the Department of Corrections, and I love these types of questions because it gives us an opportunity to recognize our training department at our academy in Galt, California. They do a wonderful job of getting our new cadets trained and ready to go into an institution, and preparing them really, really well. But no, everything the Department of Correction does now to handle emergency situations, it's all tactical. There's nobody running in there on their own. Everything is done tactical and very calculated.
Right. Hey, we appreciate you being here. We'll get to some of our email questions here. We're talking with Candi Allen, Lieutenant Ray Baez from the Department of Corrections on this day. Glad to have them along. Remember, they're hiring 7,000 new people next couple of years. Some of those slots ought to be, maybe they'll all be filled. Who knows? If you're looking for a gig, we'll tell you how to apply. 436-ME-TV, option 11. Back in just a moment.
The Ballad of Andy and Barney. Andy and Barney were lawmen, bravest you ever did see. Warned every crook in the record book to stay out of Mayberry. They were the law.
Yes, they were the law, and they didn't know fear.
The Andy Griffith Show.
I guess to sum it up, you could say there's 3 reasons why there's so little crime in Mayberry. There's Andy, and there's me, and baby makes 3.
Now on Me TV Fresno.
When you're looking for Whirlpool, innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Ventura TV Appliance. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, we'll help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified Whirlpool appliances save you energy and money and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months. Ventura TV Appliance, serving you since 1951.
Back here on the program, Candi Allen is here. Lieutenant Ray Baez is here from the California Department of Corrections. So here's a question here, email. So Pelican Bay, is it for hardcore offenders?
Pelican Bay is a level 4 prison, and for those who are not familiar, level 1 is our lowest level of offenders. Level 4 is our highest levels.
So Pelican Bay is top notch in terms of hardcore.
And they do also have a minimum support where they have level 1s as well.
Okay, what types of products are created by the prison industry these days?
Oh, wow.
Interesting question.
Yeah. A good question, though. Very good question.
Very good question. Yeah. Do they still make license plates, for example?
Yes, they do.
They do.
At Folsom. And then at the institution that I came from, California Men's Colony State Prison, they print the tags. So every tag on your plate has come out of California Men's Colony State Prison.
You don't say.
Yeah. But yeah, they do socks, T-shirts, gloves, boots, everything.
Office furniture.
Office furniture. Exactly.
Office furniture.
Yeah. At the women's prison, they do the frames.
You're kidding.
Glasses.
For glasses?
Yeah.
Huh. That's amazing. I'm not sure what prison we're looking at here, but it's one of the larger ones. There they are out in the yard. So let me ask you, while we're looking at this videotape here, Lieutenant Baez, let's have you pick it up here and ask you, anyone out there interested in becoming a correctional officer, how do you treat the inmates? And let me ask this by making a statement. Would it be treating them first with respect, even though they are hardcore criminals?
Yes, absolutely. It's just like me and you right now. You treat me with respect, you're going to return it. So yeah, I mean, we're not there to impose another sentence other than what the judge has already imposed on them. That's not our job. Our job is to keep the public safe and to maintain order inside the institution. And they have a certain set of things that they have coming to them, or their rights, and we make sure that they get that and they follow the rules.
Yeah, I'm going to pick up on that with Candi too. Caller, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yeah, John, I just wanted to ask these two officers, do they prefer, like, the private schools that have the correctional that they go to for, 18 months or so when they graduate? Do they hire quite a few of them?
We do go to vocational schools where their education might be more specific towards law enforcement. However, that's not something that we seek versus a community college or a university. I think any higher education is going to prepare them and take them farther in their career.
Yeah. Any other questions?
No, that's it. I was just curious about the private schools.
Oh, okay. Are you looking to apply at the California Department of Corrections?
No, but I know some students that's going to private schools for correction.
Yeah.
They do get great education out of those programs. They're just more geared, more focused towards one set, typically, versus getting a broader education.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and roll some more videotape. We have plenty of pictures, photos, videos of inmates in some of the prisons. And I want to get back to the question about how you treat these prisoners. How do they respond, Candi, when you do treat them with the utmost of respect, even though they have been convicted of some of the most heinous of crimes?
Typically, you give respect, you're going to get it back. That's not always the case. Not all of our inmates are necessarily of sound mind, and we do have treatment for them. But definitely, whenever I'm dealing with a person or an incarcerated individual, I'm not thinking about their crime and what they've done. I'm thinking about how can I best communicate with them, maybe structure them on their program, their needs, things like that. So I'm not, there to, like you said, punish them. That's not my role.
Or judge them.
Yeah. I'm there to, my position is to maintain order and make sure that prison runs in an orderly fashion.
And is safety of the utmost importance for you and your staff members?
Absolutely. Like Candi mentioned, you're always with a partner. You never want to go walking around by yourself or anything like that. So yeah, we keep all that first. Safety is first, yes.
Yeah. Caller, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yeah, to both officers, let me ask you two questions real quick. Number one, how do you separate the gangs in the big complex, okay? Because they're gangs that can't stand each other, okay? So do you keep an eye on them? And number two is, what I've seen so far is they're kind of more, they get along pretty much. So do you kind of put them in different spots, like the gang members, Sordaneos or whatever, because there's a lot of them that can't get along. Okay?
Great.
Yeah,
that's a great question.
So every institution has a what we call our security threat group investigators, and their job are to identify, document, and validate gang members. Okay. But as far as on the yard, they pretty much segregate themselves. They have certain.
The inmates.
The inmates do, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You mean like the African American gangs? They stay on one side, and the Hispanic gangs on this side, and.
The real estate is divided.
Automatically do that?
They divide the real estate for the most part.
Really?
Yeah. On the yard itself, but there are programs where they have to intermingle. I mean, there are schools, at the job site, you know, different vocational programs that they attend, different classes that they attend, whether it be anger management or anything like that. They have to
They have to co-mingle.
Exactly.
Huh? And is that when you're on highest alert, perhaps there's a potential for something happening?
Sure, we're always on high alert.
Yeah, well, I know, but I mean, just on that note, just if you know.
There's certain areas in the institution that you have to kind of be a little bit more alert because the potential is there.
Yeah, I didn't know that about the gangs, and there's some, you know, it's just like our society here on the outside. We have gangs. On the inside, you've got gangs too, and who knows how many. But it's interesting. I did not know that they separate themselves out in the yard. That is a very fascinating tidbit that I didn't know about. Interesting. So, do you? We got we got a phone call. I thought we were going to take a break here. Caller, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey, John. My name is Lonnie Hennings. How are you?
Hey, good. You're on the air. Go ahead. What's your question?
My brother works at New Folsom. Has been there quite some time, and I'm a veteran as well. But I'm 50 years old. Can that be possible?
Absolutely.
That's not too old?
No, it's not too old. You just have to be a minimum of 21 years old at time of appointment when you become a peace officer, but there is no age cap. I have a story, if you don't mind. I went to the academy in 1996 and went through the academy with a gentleman that celebrated his 66th birthday at the academy. He went on, he was a retired Marine, and he went on to work an additional 10 years. Because you're vested after 5, and he retired again at 76. So no, caller, you're more than welcome to apply and come on board. Absolutely.
As long as he can pass the physical, the mental, the academic part.
Yes.
I imagine there's probably a vision test.
Yes.
Like there is.
There is,
You might not think about that, but there probably is. All right, we're talking with Candi Allen. We're talking with Lieutenant Ray Baez. And yes, we will get to how you can apply in just a moment. 436-ME-TV option 11. And if you're 50 years old or older, no, my friends, it's not too late to apply. It's not too late. You can call in at 436-ME-TV option 11. We'll tell you how to apply in just a moment.
You can find movies on over-the-air channel 13.3. Movies. Our name says it all.
A top secret location. It's the spies who love me, bringing together MeTV's top super spies to fight evil at a memorable moment's notice. They're daring.
That's right.
Brave.
Now what are we gonna do?
The best we can.
Suave.
Does that apply to me, Oscar?
Possibly.
And smart.
The old finger in the gun trick.
Maxwell Smart.
MeTV Fresno, channel 43.6 and Xfinity 187.
Back here on the program, I think we have a phone call. Turn it up. Go ahead. Caller, are you there?
Yes. I would like to know what do they do to police the conduct of the guards? Because I was a guest of the state 20 years ago, and I'd be lucky I haven't gone back since. I've straightened out my life. But when I was there, some of the guards, their conduct was worse than the inmates. And they'd set up fights. I mean, I'm pretty sure that stuff doesn't go on anymore. But what do you guys do to police yourselves and make sure that the guards' conduct is is right? Just asking because.
Okay. All right. There's a picture that we're looking at there at some of the inmates at various prisons. We'll go through all the photos and the videotape here. I don't know if you want to pick up the caller's question or.
Yeah, every correctional officer that's sworn as a peace officer has a code of conduct that we have to abide by. When you violate that code of conduct, there's a disciplinary process that's in place to either correct the conduct or in some cases get you dismissed.
Yeah, and it will happen.
Absolutely.
No question. As we go through some of these amazing photos here, some of these prisons, I want to ask you, how can people apply? I want to know the website. I want to know a phone number. I want to know an email. How can these people apply? And we're going to say it over and over again until the end of the program here, as long as we got some time. Go ahead.
Our website is joincdcr.com.
joincdcr.com. Okay, and how about, is there a phone number they can call, or is there someplace? Now, you're from Sacramento. That's the state capital. State officers are there.
Correct.
Is there any particular office you can go into in person and apply, or where would that be?
You would apply right online. It only takes about 10 minutes to apply. So that's on the joincdcr.com website. And online, we also have a sample written test, a physical fitness video, academy video. So there's, lots of things that people can look into and prepare themselves for the position. Mm-hmm. Our phone number is 866-232-JOBS.
Okay. And the website is joincdcr.com?
Correct.
Okay. So again, the phone number again is 232-JOBS. Okay.
866-232-JOBS.
Okay, let me repeat that. So if you guys have a piece of paper, a pencil, a pen out there as we go through some of these photos, if you want to apply, 7,000 strong, they're hiring. What prison is that, by the way? Do you recognize?
Like San Quentin.
San Quentin. God, what a beautiful aerial shot that is of San Quentin. All right, to join, if you want to apply for the job, just go to joincdcr.com, or you can call 1-866-232-JOBS to apply to be a correctional officer at the state of California. Roll some more videotape, and I do have a very kind of a comical question here. If you got to do the time, how's the food at the Lompoc?
Lompoc is a federal prison.
Right.
So, yeah, so I wouldn't...
Okay.
I wouldn't know.
Okay, but how's the food at the state prisons?
You know, I've heard inmates say that the food is not bad at our institutions. Some are better than others, but
yeah.
You know, I've interviewed thousands of inmates, and it's funny that question comes up, and they'll say, "Oh, CMC, the food there is great," or
all right. So
Corcoran, the food is there.
How's the food for the correctional officers? Do they eat the same food?
No.
They don't?
No.
Okay.
We bring in our own food.
You bring in our...
Yes, it's great.
You bring in your own food. Okay. So what do the inmates do every day? I mean, we hear these stories about, oh my God, they're just sitting around watching TV all day or pumping iron. I mean, they can work out if they want. They can. But what do they do for the most part? If you're not in a lockdown situation, or if you're not in solitary, obviously, what do inmates do?
Well, we have a classification team.
Okay.
That when an inmate comes in to our reception centers, they get classified, and they determine whether they have a high school diploma or not.
Okay.
If they don't have a high school diploma, then when they get to the institution that they're going to do most of their time, they're going to be put on either the waiting list or going to be put directly into a GED class so that they can get their high school diploma or GED.
Can they get their college education?
Absolutely, yeah. They can.
Is it mandatory or is it voluntary?
Mandatory is their high school, their GED.
Okay.
College is completely up to them. They can do it through correspondence, or some institutions have college professors that come on grounds and have classes. But if they have their high school diploma, then they get put on a job. If they want to work, they can do anything from janitorial work up to more skilled professions. In our PIA, in our Prison Industry Authority, they can take a vocational class, learn how to be a welder, a carpenter, auto mechanics, mechanical maintenance. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities for inmates to use the time that they're going to be there to their advantage. You know, we've heard stories of inmates doing 20, 30 years, getting all these certificates, and paroling and running their own businesses now, productive citizens. So the opportunity is there for them to make that time valuable to them.
Can you get a doctorate degree? Can you get a master's degree behind bars?
Yes.
Absolutely.
You can. Mm-hmm. You can. And if you want to get a law degree, same thing?
Yes.
Really?
We've had inmates pass the bar exam.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
Really? Okay. So Now, you mentioned earlier in the program that if you have a felony conviction, let's say one of these prisoners comes out and they want to apply for a job, California Department of Corrections, they can't.
No,
because it is a felony. Now, let's pick up on that after the call real quick. Caller, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yes, I was calling in about applying for the correctional services. My question is there restrictions regarding hiring the disabled? If you have a pair of bachelor's degrees, would the disability be limited in any way when it comes to restrictions?
Are you speaking to the position as a correctional officer?
Pardon?
Are you talking about being a correctional officer and you have a physical disability?
Yes.
Okay.
It would depend on the physical limitations.
A counselor, counseling, or even teaching.
Teachers, non-sworn positions, they have a different hiring process. So the physical limitations may not be as big of an issue with those positions. So to obtain information on our other positions, you can go to our website as well and look up all the other positions there. So joincdcr.com. You can click the link to all of our job openings and see if you meet the requirements for those positions.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that after the break, what other positions you can apply for. And let me give that web address again, and can't say it enough, and should have said it throughout more of the program, but joincdrc.com. The telephone number is, I'll try to read it as slowly as I possibly can, 1-866-232-JOBS. So that's how to apply, and go on there and look and see what positions might be available for you that might be the right fit and what openings are happening right now. 436-ME-TV, option 11 is our telephone number here. Remaining moments with Candi Allen and Lieutenant Ray Baez in a moment.
Retro TV, your home for classic television. The greatest shows in history are here for you to enjoy. Join Cosby and Culp as secret agent men in I Spy. Ride along the Ponderosa with the Cartwrights in Bonanza. Hit the beat with Joe Friday in Dragnet. And that's not all. Retro TV offers endless fun and excitement for the whole family to enjoy. Retro TV, the best in classic television.
You can find Retro TV on over-the-air channel 13.4.
Is taking care of laundry taking too much of your time? Have you become a missing mom? With a new fast, efficient washer and dryer from Ventura TV Video Appliance, you'll spend more of your day the way you want. Save now on Frigidaire's Advanced Affinity Laundry Pair. Let Frigidaire save you energy, water, and time. Don't spend your life on laundry. Upgrade today at Ventura TV Video Appliance and save.
I put my glasses on so I can see this now. Okay, I'm not dyslexic or anything. joincdcr.com. That's the website. Let me repeat it one more time. joincdcr.com. 1-866-232-JOBS is how to apply. So what other jobs can you apply for besides being a correctional officer? There must be 1,001 positions open, right, at the California Department of Corrections.
Absolutely, yeah. If you can.
What are some of those positions?
Well, imagine a prison as a small city, Fresno.
Doctor, psychologist,
absolutely.
Cook,
janitors, electricians, carpenters, phlebotomists, dental hygienists, you name it.
Dentists.
Yeah,
wow.
Everything that a city has, we have.
Yeah. And so you can go on the website and look for those jobs.
Yeah, about halfway down the page, you're going to see a tab that says Job Listings, and your callers can click on that and see everything that's available with the Department of Corrections.
Okay, the question earlier, why can't you apply if you've been, let's say you've done your time. Okay, I went to California State Prison and spent, let's say, I'm making this up, 10 years, okay, for make up the crime, whatever. But you did your time. Can this person now that they've done their time and they've gotten out, why can't they apply? Is there? I know you didn't make the rule, but I'm just.
Well, it's a peace officer classification.
Oh,
and
okay.
And our minimum qualifications, you cannot have a felony conviction ever.
Okay.
So.
Can you be a counselor at least? No. Or a consultant?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the minimum qualifications are to a lot of our other positions, but a peace officer classification, no felony convictions.
Yeah, because I'm just wondering if some of these people might be able to come out here and maybe try to counsel some of those that are still in behind bars.
We do have programs that sometimes individuals that have been incarcerated in the past will come in and, for example, our youth authority, they'll come in and speak to those youth, try to steer them in the right direction.
Yeah.
I want to mention that some of our inmates do get training, and Caltrans is a state agency that will sometimes hire them with their felony convictions. So they get trained. We have a working program, and so they kind of get on-the-job training, and then they can possibly obtain a position once they're released.
Right. So, Ray, there's so many, so many things that we don't know. Most people are on the outside, and they have all these preconceived ideas about what it's like on the inside. The people who go inside, is it a dead end for them, or do you see a lot of these people come out and they have been sort of reborn?
Oh yeah, there's success stories throughout.
Abound, right?
Oh yeah. It just depends on that individual person. If they get convicted of a crime, we'll use the same example you said, 10 years, they can come out a very educated person, have a lot of skills, and go out and be productive citizens and working in a field that either they've gotten the education inside, or that they enjoy very much and they go out. But yeah, I've heard stories. In my 20 years in the department, I've heard hundreds of success stories where they've gone out and become business owners, or are working, creating furniture. They're very talented. They can do a lot of stuff.
They're not repeat offenders in a lot of cases, what you're saying. So it sounds to me like it's self-motivation too. Once you get in there, you kind of got to be self-motivated to want to get out and be productive.
It's just like me and you out here.
Yeah.
Individual responsibility. If you want to make it the best, then you can.
Anything else that we're leaving out today that you want to get in? Because we got about 3 minutes left. Any other topics that you think that we didn't cover here? 3 minutes left. Go ahead.
Well, I'd like to tell your viewers, if they have considered a law enforcement position or career and never given the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation a look, I would encourage them to give us a look. We're one of the largest law enforcement agencies in the country. We're one of the highest paid. We didn't talk a lot about the pay, but we do have a paid academy. When they go to our academy, they are getting paid.
What is the pay? What's a starting pay, let's say?
At the academy, it's $18.30 an hour. When they graduate, that works out to about $3,172 a month. When they graduate, they get approximately $700 raise. They go to $39.24 a month. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to get a 5% pay increase every 6 months for the first 2 years. Those first 2 years are your apprenticeship program. When you successfully complete your apprenticeship program, you get about a 20% raise. So, not a lot of companies can say that your salary is going to increase by 35% your first 2 years.
No, that's great. Are you the largest employer in the state of California, did you say?
I'm not sure if we're the largest. We're the largest correctional agency in the nation.
Yeah.
But we are definitely one of the largest.
Got to be one of the largest employers in the entire state. There's no question about it. And 34 prisons and how many youth facilities?
Three.
Yeah.
3 youth facilities. And how many camps do you have now?
We have 42 camps, which goes along with your yesterday's guest, Cal Fire. We work closely with them.
Yeah, Cal Fire. They were a great guest yesterday. I love those people. They're going to come back, as I hope you guys do as well. Before we go off, we got about a minute left, and I want to get this website straight in case you're out there wanting to write it down and you missed it before. joincdcr.com. Go to that website. Just click on the tabs that you need to apply for whatever job you're applying for or seeking, and then you can call 1-866-232-JOBS. 7,000 they're hiring at the California Department of Corrections. Candi Allen, good luck to you. Thank you. Drive back safe to Sacramento. Ray Allen, good luck to you and your Yankees this year, huh?
That's
right. All right, sir. Thank you so much, very much. We're going to be back on Monday with Charles C. Johnson, that internet journalist that's creating quite a stir around the nation with all the stories he's breaking. Interesting fella. Anyway, have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Connect with Me on MeTV Fresno on Monday. Have a good one.